Welcome on into C-Town Sports Talk, everybody. Cash Brown joined here by Aaron Mckernan and Connor Howat for the first episode. This is not the first time we've recorded. We tried to get one out in week 0 before the season even started. That did not pan out. Everybody was moving back to college and stuff. So we're here in week 2. The plan was to start at the start of the season. But I think we're at a good point now where we can really start talking about the Seahawks and really sort of get into them. We're at a great starting point as well for the Mariners, even though they just blew it. But that's okay. You didn't expect to win them all on the road. That's fine. It sucks that you blew it in the 8th in a game you were up. But, that's okay. Is that game over officially now at this point?
Yeah, just ended. 7-5 Royals.
Okay. All right, that's okay. You're okay with. I mean, I think you got to win tomorrow, though.
I mean, what were we, 10-0?
Yeah,
they
we won 10 straight.
10 in a row to close the gap.
Yeah,
10 straight's pretty. Look, because the funny thing is, when we originally recorded that first episode, right? What was happening? What was going on?
It was
we were in a major slump. Yeah,
we were pulled.
They couldn't pull it out. They couldn't pull it out.
And what we talked about, how this happens in baseball. How do you respond? What do you do? I'll tell you what you do. Okay, you win 10 games in a row. You watch Cal Raleigh pass Mickey Mantle for all-time home runs as a switch hitter. That's what you do. You watch greatness unfold. That's what happens. And let's not beat around the bush here, boys. This is probably one of the most exciting seasons the Mariners have had in a long time.
Yep.
In a long time.
Yeah. In a very long time.
And to be honest with you, our lifetimes, us being in our early 20s, honestly, that first season we made the playoffs and broke the drought was awesome. That was great.
Yeah, there wasn't a World Series team, though.
No,
nobody thought that.
Yeah. Right? But now, sometimes we can suck, sometimes it happens, it's baseball, but man, if we get into the playoffs, which we will, I think there's not a team in baseball that wants to play us.
Yeah, 100%.
Nobody wants to come to T-Mobile.
No.
Yeah, and no one wants to play the Mariners at home. They're 23-6 at home since the All-Star break.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, no one wants to see him at home.
Yeah, no, and even with a stadium that wasn't even fully sold out last Saturday to the game I went to against the Angels, you could feel it. Seattle was electric.
People are excited, man. People are excited.
It was,
and then people are also at the point where they're like, it's the Mariners. Something about this team feels a little bit different, though. I don't know. That's just how I feel. The pitching staff could get better, right? We saw Matt Brash blow a lead tonight. We've seen Matt Brash not be great. I think you should use him earlier as a leverage arm in relief situations. Tonight was bad. What is today? September 17th. They just finished playing the Royals, so lost that game after going 10-0, and just lost all the momentum. But it wasn't a tough loss. Like, it wasn't.
No.
You had the lead going into the back half of the game, but I don't know. It feels like every time we get to our bullpen, kind of is where things kind of fall apart.
Yeah. Because when you look at the kind of the starting rotation with Wu and Castillo and Kirby and it's like you look at it.
The best in baseball.
Right. But the bullpen's where you run into a little bit of trouble. And like you said, I mean, that is definitely where you get nervous every time when the starter comes out. And that's not to say that the starters haven't had a couple of bad games. They definitely had a bad stretch, but they've looked good.
Castillo's had bad stretches where he had like 3 games in a row. I think he gave up. His ERA was like 6.
Yeah.
And like you have to leave him out there to keep eating up innings. And I mean, Wu's been unbelievable all season. He's got to be our ace going into the playoffs, right? Let's start talking about that.
Yeah, if
Wu's
you're going,
one.
Yes, if you want him pitching the first game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think I could see them going Gilbert 1.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think you go Woo, though. I think you got to go
yeah.
Woo.
I know.
On Saturday, I watched him strike out 14 batters. 14.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
guys,
Kirby
it
did
was
13 the day before. Or the day after.
Right. Right. And that was a tell to me. I was like, wow. I think we have the best starting pitching unit in all of baseball. I mean, it was stupid. It was an absolute clinic. It was stupid. I mean, these guys are kneeling, and look. You watch the game, right? Like on TV, like you watch it, and it looks impressive from the angles that you're getting, and you see the box, right? But being there, it's depending on where you're sitting, right? You're pretty far away from the plate, so you don't know every call. But watching his body language in person, it's Woo. He's different, man.
Yeah.
He is different. He is his poise, and I think that's the biggest thing is he is poised. No matter if there's 3 runners on, or if there's only 1 out, it doesn't really matter. That's the thing with him is it looked consistent. No matter what the score was, no matter what, it was always just the next pitch.
Did we had Garver behind plate tonight, right?
I'm not sure. He was in the lineup. I don't know where.
It wouldn't have been. I don't think they didn't put in Ford, did they? I think there's because I know Cal was DHing.
Garver was in the lineup.
Okay, I know Cal was DHing tonight. So I often wonder, like, because I'm not a huge baseball guy. I never played. So from you two who did play baseball, like when you are switching catchers, like especially, do you think that has anything to do with what's happening in the bullpen sometimes? Is when you're switching catchers, maybe a little bit. Like because
Yes
I don't
and
know.
no. Yes and no.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing that comes with that question is, what's your depth at? For both positions, what's your depth?
Right.
How many reps have they gotten together? Like that chemistry is important. And when you watch Cal and Brian, when you watch those guys in sync, and you watch, like you'll see Cal knows how to frame his slider like it's butter. There was a couple pitches I saw that were outside that Cal framed perfectly, and it was called a strike. So not only is the relationship between the two good, Cal's a really good catcher. Like, let's not pretend Cal's just a regular
Well, yeah,
catcher.
he's like top 3 in baseball.
He's a
Top
really,
3, 100%.
really good
Right.
catcher, regardless of the bat.
Okay,
You know what I
so
mean?
so you're okay. So basically, but the bullpen and the starters right now are probably more comfortable with Garver behind plate if Cal's DHing. So that's sort of my question is like, is this even? Do you even touch putting Harry Ford behind plate right now? I don't
Not
think.
right now.
I
It's
don't
too
think.
late in the season.
Yeah. Okay.
To take that type of a
I don't
chance. Given Garver has been catching, right? Anytime Cal's DHing, you put in Garver. So that's just how it goes. And I think that that's the smart thing to do, honestly. Even though with what happened today, we didn't end up winning. I think that that's still the smart play from a coaching perspective, anyway. But I think you're winning 10 in a row. You might have won 11. You might have lost 12. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to lose one at some point.
Yeah. Of course.
And I like the fact that we lost one while we're up a game in first place.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather us lose in first place than lose down a game and a half in second place. You know what I mean?
Right. But you
'Cause we
don't.
have
You. Yeah.
The
right.
Astro series is coming up.
Yeah.
Very soon. Like
the next
Friday.
series-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like.
Come on.
And then yeah. So that's the thing, though.
That's
Is
the
you
season.
don't want to lose tomorrow and go into Houston on a 2-game losing streak on the road, because then all the thoughts start coming back. It's like, oh my God, we really can't win on the road, can we? We really can't. And it's like, I feel like you have to, not necessarily for standings purposes, but you have to win tomorrow
Momentum-wise.
strictly for momentum and being like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go
It's
into
all
Houston.
about getting hot at the right time, too.
Right,
Like,
right.
They got to get
And-
hot
and-
in these last 3 series.
Yeah, well, what? Because we've got Houston after KC, and then we've got the Rockies.
It's 10 games left.
Yeah,
it's 10 games left.
It's the Rockies and then the Dodgers. So So you've got to sweep the Rockies. You got to.
Yeah.
You got to show your dominance and sweep the Rockies. If you drop a game to the Rockies, it's like
I'll be sick.
That's where you catch the Astros though, because the Astros dropped a game to the Rockies, and it's like, dude, that's where you make it up right there. Is like you don't make the same mistake. You don't drop a game to the worst team in baseball when you're on the verge of a playoff berth, like at home. You have to win that. You have to sweep that series. I won't accept a loss against the Rockies, or I'll give up all hope. Actually,
I'm quite thrilled for. I'm excited to watch this play Houston.
Yeah,
that's gonna be good.
That's gonna feel like a playoff game. They are playoff games.
It's
That's 100% a playoff game.
It is. It is.
Yeah, the guys on 710 were saying it could be the most important road series in the history of the Mariners.
Yeah, it seriously could. They pull up. They either pull away.
The most important regular season road series for the Mariners, dude. This is
2017, last series of the year in Oakland.
What did we do in 2017 though? I don't even remember.
If we beat Oakland, if we win the series, we're in the playoffs for the first time in what was it? Right,
would it have been as a wild card or?
Yep.
This is for the division though.
We have a chance to win the division.
This is to hoist the banner for the first time in 20 years?
Yeah.
See, it's historical regardless.
It is.
I vividly remember watching the 9th inning of that last game, and we lost to Oakland. Oakland made the playoffs. We didn't. And that would have been the season where we broke the drought, not 2022 or whatever. 2023.
Was it 21?
Yeah, it was 2021, I thought.
Yeah, it was our freshman year of college.
Lore. We should get into it.
That's right. Yeah.
The lore? The college lore? Who we are, what we do? Yeah, after a little Mariners tangent. Well, okay.
That's fine. Let's go into it.
Yeah, all right. Well, my name is Cash Brown. I am a current student at Central Washington University. I work at the radio station over there, calling play-by-play, doing radio shows. Aaron and Connor both were part of the radio shows as well. We met at college, all of us. I knew Aaron a little bit before, but I had met him in person for the first time we were at college. And then Connor waltzed into Wing Central one day. Never forget that. What a time. And yeah, the rest was history. So that's sort of where we are. Again, definitely looking to break into the realm of broadcasting on my end. I'm sure these two will go into their sort of end goals here. We all love talking about sports, if you couldn't tell. So we're all super excited to get this going. Definitely going to be a weekly thing from now on. So we're really hoping to build up a follower base here and just shoot the shit about Seattle sports. I'm so used to not being able to say that.
Yeah, I've been on the radio for so long.
I know, dude.
I know. Hey, we can say whatever we want, brother. We can say whatever we want.
Say whatever the
Maybe
fuck
not anything.
we want, dude.
Whoa! Whoa! There's kids watching. All right.
No, but I think it's people gotta know too. Like, hey,
no,
we've played some sports. Okay, we don't. It's not like we don't know what we're talking about. Yes, we've seen and watched a bunch, but it's different when you've played. Okay, and whether it was in college, whether it was in high school, it doesn't really matter. All three of us have experience in multiple sports.
And I'm by no means a professional, though. I just played.
No.
I just played.
Same. No. But hey, we do know and did play with a lot of people who are professionals, whether that be college.
Speak for yourselves, but yes.
Yes.
Speak for yourselves.
So, we've, at least for me anyway, I've seen firsthand what real NBA talent looks like. I've seen firsthand 2 years in a row what SEC talent looks like, a.k.a. my guy Marlon Jones playing for Vanderbilt right now.
Shout out
my guy.
Marlon Jones.
Yeah.
Shout out Marlon.
It's funny to say SEC ball and then say Vanderbilt, but yeah.
Hey, they took down Bama last year. They took down Bama.
They did. They did.
They
And
did.
you know what?
That's what we
When
want.
they did that, I was so stupid that I picked them to beat Alabama in March Madness as well. I was like, this school's going to be fired up. I was like, it's going to be the upset.
Dude, they
Andy's
are so
fired up,
turned.
yeah.
They are so
turned.
off that
Dude,
football win.
They beat Bama in football. They're beating them in basketball, too. It's the year of the Bill, baby. Come on.
Yeah. No, but
Bracket busted.
the point being, we know what we're talking about to an extent. I like to
A
think
little
we do.
bit.
I like to think we're smart guys.
I'm not a coach. I play
Not
a lot
coach,
of Madden.
no. Lots of
I
Madden.
see-
I
Lot
can
of
see
Madden.
a defense in
Yeah.
football.
Yeah. You know what a true edge rusher looks like?
Yeah, I like to be called I'm more of a glue guy.
Yeah, the glue
I'm just
guy.
a vibes guy. Just a
Yeah.
vibes guy.
Yeah,
If Connor's around, you're having a good time.
yeah.
No, I'm just a vibes guy.
Yeah, it's
I'll try and match the energy. We'll see.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily play football like either of these guys did, but I did play 1 year. My senior year, I played football, but I've always been a huge football fan, and I would like to think that doing play-by-play and color commentary and having to watch film for Central and kind of picking up on the nuances of interviewing coaches and interviewing all these guys and really trying to get in the head of like a head coach or an offensive coordinator
pick somebody's brain.
Yeah, it's definitely helped me just kind of like see the game in a different way. Especially going from like when you're doing color commentary on a football game, just like you're watching different things, right? Because when you're doing play-by-play, it's all you're just
happening.
Yeah, it's what's happening. It's the flow of the game. But color, your job is to do that analysis side of things. So it's like, what do you watch? Does it look like they're dropping into cover two? Are they playing man coverage? Are they, what's the motion at the line look like? Are they, all these different things? And so, that's definitely helped. But again, needless to say, what we're trying to say is we're not, gurus.
Idiots.
Yeah, but we're also not idiots. Okay, so I mean, I think
We're an average middleman.
Yeah. Yes.
We're an average middleman.
We love football
relaying good information, and fuck, I think we're funny. Like,
yeah,
I know. I've been trying to get
some humor to us. I would say take with what we say as far as sports goes with a tiny grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, boys, I'm ready to talk about my Seahawks.
I was gonna
Mariners
say
are
we're in a fantasy football league. We talk about we'll talk about fantasy going forward. I've been getting dicked down in our league, dude.
Oh, I'm 0-2, baby. I'm doing
0-2
bad.
too.
Burg League's not going well.
Fried, dude.
I guess that means I'm cooking 1-1 here.
Yeah,
I guess that means I'm cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. My heart is not in any other league but the one where the punishment is a stand-up comedy set in Tacoma.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, so it's awful.
I hope you lose. I really do hope you lose.
For saying that, actually.
No, I hope you lose. Do you know why? Because I will be there with a...
I think everybody will be there.
Okay, well, let me read you the team, okay? Do you? If I get last place, I'm going to freak out, because I came out of that draft being like, this was a great draft. Now, tight end was the only spot I was worried about.
Injury bug.
Now, everybody got QB hungry because I'm playing with a bunch of dudes who don't know what they're doing, okay? So, second round QBs were flying off the board. Joe Burrow went in the first round. Don't ask me, okay?
I'm sick.
So, I waited. I let them all do that, and I picked up my other guys. Quarterback, I'm rocking with him. Drake May.
That's
okay?
Love it.
Okay.
I have him in the home league. I love it.
Okay. Running backs. Hubbard, JT. Love it. Okay?
Love it.
Wide receivers. Chase and Hill. I picked second. Bijan went first.
You took
talked
Chase?
about this.
Bijan went
Had to
first.
be.
Bijan first.
He looks like a genius right now. I'm not gonna lie, but
Well,
it was Ethan.
Who said? Hey,
my roommate.
who said it? Who said it?
You did.
I
You
told
did.
Cash. Cash called me for this consideration. I said, Bijan's the 101 this year.
Yeah, he looks
No
good, but
fantasy
Chase
players
just
ever
put up.
repeat.
He just put up 38. So I mean, I'm not
Can't
too
complain.
upset about it.
Can't
yeah,
complain.
Tyreek Hill, little worried, might sell. Tight end. Okay, this is where I'm in trouble. Okay, I've got rotating right now. This is my tight end room. Colston Loveland, okay, thought he was going to do a lot better. Evan Ingram, thought he was going to be a lot more involved. And just picked up off waivers Harold Fannin Jr. All right, so he's in the starting slot right now.
Wait,
tight end's a problem.
What's
Browns.
let me get some information for what's the Tonjes availability in that league?
He's probably there, but he is there. But you know why I didn't take him? I can't.
I know. I get it.
I can't. I will never have a 49er on my roster in fantasy football. I won't do it.
Okay. I took Kittle.
I'm a man of principle.
I took Kittle in the 4th. Felt like I had to, as a man does in a tight end premium league. Took him in the 4th. Had to pick up Tonjes in the backup. Dude's productive.
I think I took Tyreek Hill over Christian McCaffrey.
I'm sick.
Actually, no. I took Jonathan Taylor over Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey fell to that far.
I think he slipped into the 2nd.
I'm ill. That's the back half.
Yeah.
You got Jamar at the 102. That's the 211. He fell
Maybe
all
I'm
the way
thinking
to
of.
the 23rd
I'm probably
pick.
thinking of a different. No. I must be thinking of a different league. McCaffrey was there, and I reached on somebody else instead of taking McCaffrey because I will not have a 49er on my roster. There will never be a week. As a matter of fact, I don't take anybody from the NFC West. I don't have a single Ram. I don't have a single Cardinal. And I don't have a single 49er on any of my fantasy rosters, and I never will. I just can't do it.
It's the lenses. It's the goggles.
And the goggles will stay on because
forever.
I value the Seahawks' performance and how they do and how terrible the rest of the NFC West does over winning fantasy football. And I won't have the two collide. I can't have the interests overlap.
Yeah.
So that's just where I stand. It's for my own personal enjoyment. I don't like having any part of me like rooting in some way for the Cardinals, Rams, or Niners to do anything. So I just won't do it. Yeah, that's where I stand on that. Fuck them. Can't do it.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
All right. That was my fantasy
NFL.
tangent.
Talk about the NFL.
Well, first I wanted to gauge how excited. I'm not at all. How excited are we about the Apple Cup coming up this weekend? I'm not going to be able to watch it because I'll be calling a game on Saturday.
I am pretty excited about it.
I'm not. I think that it's going to be one of the most lopsided Apple Cups we've seen in a very long time. I think that the distance between these two teams now has reached a level to which it's not going to be competitive for the next long time. And if WSU if my Cougs somehow pull something out of their ass to even keep this thing close, it would be a miracle. You just lost 59-3 to North Texas, and non-ball knowers would say North Texas. They're okay. North Texas is not bad.
They got some tough unis. They're not.
They're good. North Texas is a good school. Okay, should we have lost 59-3? Absolutely not. Okay, and
just a slaughter.
It was a slaughter, and the QB situation is like it's the most iffy it's been in a long time. Yeah, Coop, but then you benched him after he throws 3 picks, and you put in I don't even remember what it said, Zacchaeus or Zachhaus, or I don't even know what his name was. He was on the roster last year. I know who the quarterback is. I don't know how to pronounce his last name because I hopped on the Mateer train so hard last year. And then
Oklahoma.
He's in
Oklahoma right now.
I love that fucker. He's gonna win the Heisman,
right
dude.
now.
He's gonna win the Heisman.
He looks really good.
He looks good.
He looks good.
Second round pick next year.
He could win the fucking Heisman.
He's a junior this year. He doesn't even have to go. He could get one more year in college if he wanted.
He won't. He's gonna.
The NIL money is gonna be
He's gonna get paid $6 million to stay at school.
Yeah, and he might go. I don't think he'd enter the transfer portal again if Oklahoma keeps doing well.
Speaking of, NCAA just passed a rule for football. You can only transfer one time transfer.
Did they pass that?
That just got passed today. I'm pretty sure. I think I read that.
Wow.
Huge
Does that
deal.
apply to all NCAA?
I just read football.
I mean, all NCAA like
Division
D1
1,
to
Division
D.
2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not sure. I think
That's
so.
big.
I think
That's
so.
big.
I think that
Okay.
helps regulate what's going on.
100%.
It's gonna-
You
it's-
can't leave for
Yeah.
money. You can't leave for
Yes.
money now.
Yes, and that is a good check and balance to the NIL
The new system,
shitstorm that's going to overtake that with how much. I mean, my whole major is literally learning about NIL money, and all everybody is saying basically is that it's going to be a disaster. And if we're not one step ahead of what's going to happen, it will devolve quickly into you're going to have to
because
totally
people-
reshape how you look at college sports.
People are going to figure out ways to take advantage of the system, right?
100%.
Everybody.
100%.
So back to that.
And they're already giving $25 million or whatever to each school each year to distribute NIL money.
and
The
boosters.
good thing about that, the good thing about the school or the federal level sort of funding the NIL money is that now you have to follow Title IX with it in how you
Yeah.
distribute that $25 million, which is going to be very good, I think, in general. Obviously, there's going to be loopholes and ways to get around it, but people always find those. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what sort of. I think there's going to be a lot more whoa, okay, we went too far. Let's dial it back, right? Just
Yeah,
even with the
rein it in a
transfer
little
portal. Yeah, I think that's a good first step, and I think that's just
I
going to
agree.
keep getting sort of reined in, and it should because it got
Yeah.
it was ridiculous for a little bit. It
Yeah,
was.
the-
It
like
still
5
is.
schools in 5 years
Yeah,
with a
just
redshirt
ridiculous.
year. You can't do that. So back
No.
to the Apple Cup. Huskies are 3 touchdown favorites over the Cougs. Cougs are plus 740 on the money line.
How can you not think that after what you've watched? I mean, it's
Dude, how could you not? I don't even think it's enough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, people said the same thing the year that the Huskies went to the national championship too, but it's just it's not the same. I mean, we're basically North Dakota. I mean, that's 75 of the transfer players came from there, so it's
You're an FCS team.
we're an FCS team, and we look like it. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously. So, can the Huskies beat up on an FCS team? Absolutely. And if you don't think that I hate to say this as a Coug, okay? So I'm the only Coug here. These two are both Huskies.
Hey, no, we're not
I
Cougs.
think-
We're all Wildcats. We're Wildcats.
We are Wildcats. Go Cats, baby. Come on.
But we rep
Come on.
I rep the Huskies,
Yeah.
and so does
I'm
Aaron.
a Wildcat. I'm a Wildcat at heart, obviously, right? But when you're talking about the broader spectrum of sports, CWU unfortunately doesn't really crack the notoriety list. In D2 football, maybe. Pretty good D2 football. Ranked number 17 in D2 football. Put up a decent fight. Hey, let me tell you what. Put up a decent fight against Montana. Okay, it was 21-17 at half against Montana, which was
I
one
saw
of
it
the
was
top-ranked
close.
FCS teams. Yeah, so it didn't end up being close. They ran away
Yeah,
with it in the second
isn't
half.
53. What did they score?
No, 42-17. So even then though, against a good, not just an FCS team, a good FCS team, that's not bad for Central. I was happy with how we did that. But
So we
Yeah.
know the Huskies are going to win. It's just about by how much.
Yeah, I would hammer.
I
That's
hate to.
truth.
I know, but
Accept
it's
it.
so hard to say that with how lopsided the spread has been some years, and the Cougs always find a way to just hang in there. I'm telling you, pure hatred fuels the Cougs when they step out onto that field. If you don't think Pullman, I've been to Pullman and I've been to UW. Okay, Pullman hates UW way more than UW hates Pullman. Okay, it's like a Cardinals to Seahawks thing.
It's because the Huskies live rent free in the Cougs' head.
Yes,
Correct.
100%.
Absolutely correct.
Because every year, most years, the Cougars have nothing really to dish out except what are we going to do in the Apple Cup? Can we beat UW? Can we hold this over UW's head for the whole year? Because
the only thing.
Yes.
It's the only thing.
And so the Apple Cup is the bowl game for the Cougs every year. And they come out on the field.
Over after this.
And it's in Pullman this year, okay? So I don't think it's going to be like dude, I don't know, man. The energy in Pullman and the energy that the Cougars have every time they step onto the field to play the Huskies it's electric. They hate them
at all.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It doesn't.
I think the Huskies, the players, I think they hate the Cougs. I think they hate them too.
Yeah, okay, but look at the year that I'll bring it up again. The year the Huskies went to the Natty, the year that the Huskies went to the Natty, nobody thought that the Cougs were going to hang in with them. And they almost beat them. That was way too close of a game. And that would have totally derailed UW's season. And that's all the Cougars want.
Did they win?
No, Aaron. I'm not saying that they won. I'm saying it might not be a 3-touchdown game is all I'm saying, okay?
Right. It's probably going to be more like 4, huh, Connor?
It could. It could.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
If it's gonna be serious,
right?
if there's ever gonna be a serious BTA year, I mean, I'm talking straight belt to ass from quarter 1 to 4. It will be this year. But I'm telling you, don't be surprised if they hang in a little. At least for the first quarter or two. If they hang in, I'm not saying UW won't run away with it eventually, but I'm telling you, man, and I hate to say it, but there's no way. We're not winning. I'm coping.
Yeah.
You clearly, this was a minor therapy session.
Was it 52-3? Was that the final score last week?
Yeah,
59-3.
59.
We dropped 70 points on Colorado State 2 weeks ago.
8 touchdowns and a field goal?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. 5 turnovers.
They might score 100. The Huskies might score 100.
Yeah.
Jonah Coleman might have 5 rushing touchdowns.
In the first half.
If it's an absolute slaughter.
Sean Alexander shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to prep for Ohio State the next week, dude. They got Ohio State the week after.
Bro, they might just sit the starters after the first quarter. That's how bad it's going to be.
I
don't
hope
even
so.
need the starters after the first quarter because it's going to be like 35-3, if that.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to look like the Colorado State game.
If it's straight BTA, and the Huskies just dog walk the Cougars at home, which they very well may, Jimmy Rogers will be fired the following morning.
You think so?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
The head coach for the Cougs.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
He's from North Dakota, right?
Yes. I'm telling you, he'll be gone. He'll be
no,
packing his bags. Because you cannot lose 59-3 to North Texas, who you should have beat. And then get dog walked in WSU's, at least fan base wise, most important game pretty much every season at home in Pullman. If that happens, I mean, dude, the seat'll never be hotter. Like, he'll be one
He's cooked.
fuck up away. He'll be one fuck up away from being gone.
One misstep on campus, buddy.
He is going to be on the thinnest ice you could possibly imagine. I mean, I'm talking one more BTA or you lose a game you're favored in, he's out the fucking door. He's gone.
I don't think they're going to be favored in another game this season.
They shouldn't be. God, they looked awful. I mean, I've never seen a more pathetic performance in a football game than what I watched the Cougars do against North Texas. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
How many 3-and-outs?
Well, it doesn't even matter when you turn the ball over 5 times. Who cares? You're going to lose every single game you play.
5 turnovers.
2 fumbles, 3 picks, and you just get rinsed on defense. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Oh my God.
Any one of those wide receivers could have been on Heisman watch after that week. It was the most insane thing I've ever. Oh, dude, it was just the most pathetic thing I've ever watched. I was in and out. I was working at the golf course that day, and every time I came in, I was like, "Well, it can't be worse, right?" Oh, it was worse every
Oh,
time.
it's fucking worse.
They put up 21 on us. They put up 28 on us in the second quarter. We need to stop talking about this.
You're just cooked.
You're hoping this is a borderline therapy session for most Cougar fans who are watching Cash. So, you can feel some empathy for them. They're feeling what you're feeling.
Oh, and all I'll get is hate. All I'll get is hate for being so negative about it. But I don't care because you know what? I'm probably right. And I hate.
Listen, you are right. You're
Why is the Apple Cup
right.
still a thing? We should never have signed the extension for this thing to continue. We're basically a Mountain West school. Borderline, not even that. We're damn near. We're FCS right now. I'm telling you, this entire roster came from North Dakota.
You're giving yourself too much credit. You're not as good as FCS teams.
I mean, you could damn near put the Cougs up against the Wildcats right now, and I'd give us a fighting chance. That's how bad the Cougars looked against North Texas.
Now we're talking. You guys look like a Division II school right now. There you go.
Okay, settle down a little bit. All right. Let's calm down a little bit. You want to talk about those goggles? Let's chill out, okay?
Hey, let me put it like this. If UW plays their starters for 4 quarters of football, don't be surprised if we eclipse 80 points, 75 points. Because
You know what, Aaron? I hope you are so fucking wrong. And I hope, you know what? I've actually never been more pro-Coug in an Apple Cup in my entire life. Sometimes I teeter. Sometimes I teeter. Like the year that the Huskies went to the national championship, I was like, look, if the Cougs beat them here, it kind of ruins everything. I'm in a unique spot where I have family on both sides of the spectrum, right? Mostly Coug, but a little bit on the Husky side. I have a lot of friends on the Husky side. I live on the west side. It's like, okay. But right now, Aaron, the disrespect, okay? I'm the one who's allowed to talk shit about the Cougs right now, okay? You don't have to keep fucking chiming in, okay? I'm the one who gets to talk shit about my team right now, okay? And you can just sit your happy ass over there with your Heisman candidates and shit grin all you want.
Both of them?
Both of them.
And a Blinkentoff. Blinkentoff.
Love that guy. Come on.
Fuck you guys. All right, let's move on.
I don't know. I'm honestly shocked. I mean, with all the losses and the AP poll, granted UW hasn't played anybody. I'm shocked that they're not ranked.
They're still not ranked. I thought
if they put serious BTA against
Ohio State.
WSU, they might.
No,
if they beat Ohio State.
I mean, I'm not kidding. I think people are thinking that's going to be a fucking blowout. I would not be surprised if the Huskies kept that shit close.
It's their defense per usual.
It's going to be a shootout.
You'd have to keep up in a shootout because the Huskies defense is suspect at times, at best. And I mean, it's the same thing we saw the year they went to the Natty. It was like the defense had moments that it was great, but you couldn't stop the run. And it was like if you played a defense that really shut you out. Michigan was a nightmare matchup for UW in the Natty.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like
they wanted
everything
to
that
win.
Yeah, everything that countered what UW was really good at, Michigan, it was like it was just the worst matchup possible for them. Great defense, and all they do is run the football, which you've struggled to stop all year. It's like, it was. It just never looked good for UW. I wasn't surprised that the game ended up the way it did.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy's a shit show, huh?
Yeah, God, talk about fuck, dude.
One quarter of good football. That was about it.
Can you believe I'm talking for?
He's 1 for 8. So.
Yeah. I was gonna say we've been talking for 40 minutes and we haven't mentioned the Seahawks yet.
I tried. I did try.
I know, we had to get through some other Seattle sports first.
Forgot about the Apple Cup. You're not wrong. But, boys, we got to cover what happened.
Boys.
Now let's all collectively come together Okay,
As
no
a-
more of
as a
this
unit.
Coug Husky
Group
talk.
hug,
I don't
group
care
hug.
anymore. Group hug.
Group hug goes
I'm
for
sorry.
you
I'm
guys.
sorry for saying fuck you guys. I didn't mean it.
No, it's okay. I don't listen. I'd be upset if I were in your shoes too.
Okay.
I'd be saying
let's-
fuck you too. If
All right, you know what, guys? It's got to flare up again.
I would hate us too, man. It sucks.
Hey, you know what? Never mind. I'm cool.
There's a little night tea and
Nice
zen
little
as
night
fuck,
tea.
baby.
No, I'm
Just a
cool.
little zen as fuck.
That's all I needed. Cozy chamomile. Yeah.
From the game.
Yeah. Straight from
Souvenir
T-Mob.
Straight from T-Mobile Park. I was there on Saturday. It was awesome.
What can... I'm a fan. I was there.
I was at a Mariners game.
I do support our local sports teams as well as this the Storm. The Storm just won a playoff game against the
Yep.
Las Vegas
Yep.
Aces.
Yeah.
Beautiful basketball, ladies. Great job. And that's all you get for right now. We could talk about them if they win that series, honestly, but they probably won't. But if they do, we'll have to talk about it. 'Cause
Yep, good win for the Storm.
Most successful
Seattle basketball
Yeah.
is still around. It's not gone anywhere. It's just women. So if you're sexist and you don't like it, go for it. But me personally, basketball is basketball, and
Yeah.
it's playoff basketball too. You see the grin? I'm smiling because it's Seattle basketball. And
The ladies are feisty out there.
bring my Sonics back. You know what it is, right? They'll be back soon.
They
But boys, we got to talk about what happened week 1 and week 2. We got to kind of
Week
cover
one.
we got to cover what happened after week 1, going into week 2, the result of week 2, and then what we got coming up. So we got 3 games to go over. I think we should get right into that 49er game.
Yeah,
let's do it.
so
Quick little recap.
week 1 against the 49ers, I was at the game. I would say it's up there, probably top 5 worst days of my life. I've never been more Okay, let me explain, okay? So
You know, I probably would say
five.
it's a top
I
5
would
worst
say-
day of my life.
top 5 worst day ever.
Of
So
all time.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Saturday was a friend, more my sister's friend, sort of a family friend, but a guy that I've known for a while. It was his wedding. I went to that. Open bar, Moscow Mules, all you can drink. Safe to say, never been more hungover in my life than I was that Sunday. And we had to wake up at 6 a.m. to take my sister's friends back to the airport, all the way to SeaTac. And then we had to go back to Tacoma from Bellingham, all the way back to SeaTac, back to Tacoma. I'm suffering in the back seat, right? Even a McMuffin didn't bring me back to life. I actually almost couldn't eat it. That's how down bad I was.
Just sick? You were just sick.
I was just sick. And then I took like a 30-minute nap on my sister's couch, woke up, and she's like, hey, we got to go. The parents, the folks are here. We're going to the Seahawks game. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to rally so hard, it's actually unbelievable. And I'm going to take 130 decibels to the dome for 4 hours straight, more hungover than I've ever been in my life. But you know what? I rallied, I got there, I had a great attitude about it. And then we sit down. And we walk over, and I'm thinking, where are we sitting? We just keep walking up. And I'm like, and I'm just like, where? It's got to end, right? I mean, we're talking an incomprehensible amount of stairs climbed.
Hungover, walking up the stairs.
Walking up the stairs. Just keep going, all right? And I'm thinking, good God, where are we in the back? We get up there, and I'm looking over, and I'm like, okay, row double D. We are one away from the very top of the stadium. And I'm like, okay, I can't even see the field right now. Okay?
You didn't
And
bring
I'm sitting there.
binoculars, did you?
No, I didn't. And we sit down, and I'm thinking, could this get any...
Hold on. You be rocking the binoculars and the nosebleeds?
No. God, no. I
Aaron?
was just trying to.
No,
I was just
I'm
trying to
good.
make him feel not as stupid
Aaron,
for
no,
saying
I'm
that.
I'm just trying. I had to take a second for that. You're one of the people that takes the binoculars to the stadium?
Look, I'll tell you one thing. Okay? Let me tell you one thing, all right? Look, if I'm
Can't
sitting...
be serious. We can't be serious.
Okay, if I ever sit that high up, which I never have.
Oh, sorry, Mr. fucking Rich over here. All right.
Which I never have, but if that ever was the case, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is great, has a great zoom. I want to be holding up my phone the whole time. I just want to be able to go here, 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 here. Oh, see, now, Cash, when you say, oh, did we block it? Or, oh, did that happen?
You're gonna be here. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we fucking got that shit.
Oh, we did. We got him. Yeah, yeah.
Instant.
Hey, what yard line are we on? What yard line are they on?
Everybody wishes they had a binocular guy up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah. All right.
Until the guy brings them, and everybody says thank you. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm sitting up there, and we're thinking.
You can be my binocular guy.
I'm thinking this couldn't get any worse, right? I mean, obviously, I'm exaggerating. I was happy that we were there. I don't really care where we were sitting. There's not really a bad seat in Lumen. You can really see
it's
the
good
field.
everywhere.
It's good everywhere. I'm just embellishing. Okay, but
He's just
thank you, Mom and
talking
Dad,
about
for
how his
taking
day
me.
was the worst.
Yeah. And so I'm like, it couldn't get worse, right? And then you see the red jersey coming up to the seats, and you're thinking, oh no. And they pop down right behind us. And when I tell you that this was the most insufferable 49ers fan to ever walk the face of planet Earth, and I don't say that lightly because most of them suck, this guy was the worst. And he was so stupid. The stuff he was saying was just nonsensical. The first drive, when we went out, I can't remember what drive it was. It was like 4th and 9, and we're on our own 30. This guy is sitting there up in the stands going, hey, watch the fake, guys. Watch the fake. Pete Carroll would have faked it right here. Watch the fake. And I wanted to turn around and say, are you a fucking moron? Like, we're not fake punting it on 4th and 9 from our own 30 in the first quarter of the first season, like the first regular season game. And that, I mean, that's not even the dumbest thing he said the whole day. First off, whenever a tight end would make
have a drink in his hand.
No, I don't even care if he did. He was an idiot from the moment he stepped into the stadium. And the whole game, he's sitting there. Every time a tight end would make a catch, there we go, George. There we go, George. I'm like, dude, George Kittle left the game in the first quarter. He's gone.
It's Tongas. Tongas.
And at the end of, my dad's a pretty even-keeled dude, all things considered.
What did he say?
And at the end of the game, this dude's just rattling off. And my dad turns around to him and goes, hey, stay fucking classy, okay? And then he turned around and walked away. And the guy was like,
your dad would say that.
Yeah,
your dad
he
would
did
say that. You know what your dad did there? He took the moral high ground. He took the moral high ground. And when you take the moral high ground, you walk away with something. You walk away with your head held high, your chest up, your shoulders back. You walk down those stairs and you say, you know what, we might have just lost. But I know for a fact, if Sam Darnold gets that ball off a hair quicker, we win that game.
And then the 49ers
In
fan
all seriousness.
comes down.
Comes barreling into my father's face. And then nothing's funny anymore. And then it's just like, oh my God, my dad's cascading down Lumen Field as we speak.
And then
he's ass over kettle.
And then pull.
And then I have to get involved
down the stairs.
Yeah, it would have been. I mean, I'm so glad no violence had happened. We thought, me and my dad seriously thought he was a planted security guard trying to get us off our game. Like, we were like, this dude can't be real. He has to be rage baiting.
He's an op.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, forget it. That was a stupid tangent. I just needed to express my experience at the
Cash,
game.
that was warranted. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. God, he was the worst.
I hope he's there in week 16 so I can tell him to go fuck himself. Same seat.
Yeah.
I'll go up.
We had a great night though. We went back to some friends' house. My dad's friends that he flies with. They were great. That was a good time. But
watching Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, that was a crazy game by
the absolute instant classic that was Bills Ravens.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Let's get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty as to what do we think week 1, okay? what kind of thoughts were going through the heads of all the fans from what I was seeing? Per usual Seattle Seahawks fans fashion, just massive overreactions. And look, the offense didn't gel together week one against, and I hate to say it because I hate him, but one of the best defenses in the NFL in San Francisco. Right?
The second best linebacker I've ever watched.
Yeah, your offense doesn't gel. Your completely new offense with a new offensive coordinator going against his former tree, right? So it's like you feel like you got to get a little creative. You feel like you got to catch them off guard. You feel like they know you a little bit. They got, they had Trey Brown on the roster. They have all these guys on the roster that were just with Seattle. And it's like, okay, you feel like you got to, you feel like you got to catch them off. Spotted. Yeah, and so you're thinking, okay, what has MVS told him about what we were doing in training camp in the offseason and all this stuff, and do we have to switch things up? What are they going to know about how we want to operate this game plan? So you try and get a little cute, you try and get a little creative. It doesn't work. Your offense doesn't gel, and you end up losing a close game where your defense played an unbelievable game for basically 3.75 quarters. Yeah. And you had one player who let a few get away from him. Okay, Woolen, the long completion,
played great in week 2 for the most part.
Yeah, and so I think it was massive overreactions. I think those overreactions have been certainly quieted after week 2. But as far as the game against the Niners went, they certainly look beatable. They don't at all, even when Purdy was in, they look beatable. And they did it. The game doesn't necessarily scare me. It's an unfortunate outcome. It was a classic Seahawks versus 49ers game, low scoring, gritty to the end, just a bunch of wild plays. That's how we used to play them for 10 years straight, pretty much. We took B to A to them for a little bit, but early Russ era, Super Bowl era, that's how those games would go. And so it's a tough NFC West matchup. It's always going to be. And they got the better of us in that one. That's fine. Whatever. On to the next. And it looks
Seahawks
like the team rallied. Yeah.
Seahawks look super one-dimensional in that game.
Yes. 100%. That's a great way to...
JSN.
Yes. Yeah. That was a big problem.
13 targets in week 1. I mean...
And there was
talk about a fantasy manager's wet dream, dude. Good Lord.
There was no flow to the run game. It was there. It was there. You saw it a little. There was no flow given the fact that there was one play action the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on that play, it was a completion to JSN. So.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people freaked out about the touches in the backfield week 1. Charbonnet out carrying Kenneth Walker week 1. I just think that was kind of just getting everybody back into the flow of things.
Yeah, he out carried him week 2 as well.
That's the thing is
bro, it's just that's crazy to me.
Well, look, I think that question. I heard Mike talk about it. He was literally asked about it, about the carry situation with the tailbacks, given what's happened the first 2 weeks, and he said, "Look, it's a combination of a lot of different things going into that decision. We want him to be healthy all season. Yeah. So why would I spend the first 2 weeks of the season giving him 20 carries? That makes
You don't need to. You don't need
to. You don't need to. And even on the week 2, Charbonnet had 15 carries and had 13. And obviously the yards and everything was separated, but look, sometimes you need a tailback to get in there and get the dirty yards and not lose a yard, but to maybe not gain a single yard, even though he got hit in the backfield. Sometimes Mike talked about it, and he said those plays where Zach didn't really get a ton of yards, because I think he had, 11 yards on the whole day or whatever?
10.
Not even 10. That. Yeah, he had it. Yeah.
Because there was a couple tackles for loss that he got hit back from.
And he had 6 on 1 rush, so he had 4 carries he had 14 carries for 4 yards.
Yeah.
Pretty bad, okay? But given that's what it looks bad. But
Crazy. That's
was
crazy.
what Mike was trying to say was that there is a purpose to that. There is a reason for that. And and then you saw what happened when Kenneth got the ball.
Well,
And
yeah,
guys, it was
Yeah, this is moving into
it's
week
beautiful.
2.
we prayed for moments like this. And look, and it's in relation to week 1, but the difference between the two was it actually was very similar, but it was how they were executed. In my opinion, the front and how our front executed against a different defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a different
Yeah,
front. They run a
yep.
completely different scheme, and the Pittsburgh Steelers scheme that they run is the exact same scheme that we run on defense, 4 down linemen. And when you
Yeah.
go against that and you play against that day in and day out all throughout training camp, and then week 1 you got to go play against the Niners, which are a 4-3 team with 5 down linemen sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a different look. It's tough with Bosa doing his thing, right? So I think week 1 has a lot of things about it that could have gone either way, right? And you were still in the game. You still only gave up 17 points in back-to-back weeks, mind you. And if you watch the game, you know Seattle had a chance to win. And that should make you feel pretty comfortable because also following that game, Brock Purdy was hurt. Kittle was hurt. McCaffrey probably is dealing with something. Juwan Jennings, right? Yeah, Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, they were all out.
Yeah, they are.
They all got banged up after they played.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Physical. We are a physical, dominating football team. So even though Zach in week 2 had 10 yards, he inflicted some damage because Patrick Queen had to go out.
Yeah.
Highsmith had to sit out for a little bit. There were so many guys, even in week 2, that in the middle of the game had to go sit out because they're getting hurt.
Yeah,
And I think they're getting hurt
yeah.
because we got a fullback who's about 6'3", 270 pounds of raw tissue. And he likes to pancake 2 grown men and create what I like to call, and what, shout out,
Top
Cash,
villain.
I'm blanking. Shout out my boy Top Billin. We're all Top Billin villains here. Robbie Utes and Gray Zabel. Robbie Utes, Gray Zabel, Charles Cross, that left side right there.
It's
It's
where
straight
we.
prison work.
Yeah, it's where
It's
Kenneth
straight
got
prison
his
work.
yards, dude.
Prison loving. Prison
Yeah.
work. It's my favorite saying in all of football is to watch another grown man inflict his will upon another grown man and turn him over and give him that straight prison love. It is my favorite. It is my favorite. Do you know why? You know why?
Bro
Because when I
said,
watched-
turn him over and give him that straight.
Turn him over.
Whizzing
Robbie
loving.
Oots literally collapsed. What's that guy?
Oh
The
my
linebacker
God.
number 41. He's really fast. Peyton Wilson. He engaged, collapsed the spinal column. He fell, and as he was pushing him over, rolling him over, he put him into the lap of another man, then fell on top of that man.
Guys, my whole situation over here just collapsed.
And Ken ended up getting 20. Okay, so let's talk about week 2, what we saw in Pittsburgh.
Guys, this isn't good.
What happened, Cash?
It was a
Falling
fragile
apart?
setup to begin with, and it's
Is it
falling
FUBAR?
apart.
Is it all FUBAR right now?
No. Hold on. We're gonna.
It's
figure this out.
devastating. It's
No, we're figuring this out.
dude. Aaron just gave the lead up of a century to prison loving, dude. I mean, good lord.
It got me
The
fired up.
Seahawks. The Seahawks are plus 800 to win the West right now. 8-1. You know who has
Is that
better
the
odds
worst
to win?
odds?
Yeah, we are
Cardinals.
the last place. Well, you know who has worse odds in their, or better odds in their division? Excuse me, is the Bengals, who just lost their quarterback for the next 3 months.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. Who has the rest of the West played so far? Seriously. I was looking at it. Who? The Saints? The Titans? Who
The
else
Raiders?
did...
Didn't they play
the
the
Raiders? Yeah. So
Who
Mike...
Who did the Rams play week 1?
Who did the Rams play week 1?
They just beat Tennessee.
The Rams played.
I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Somebody look it
blanking.
up. I'm
Cardinals
blanking as
beat
well.
the Saints week 1. Niners beat us. Rams beat the Texans. That's an okay win. Rams over
That's
Texans.
a good win. That's a good win. Rams the Rams are the only team that I'm afraid of, to be honest with you. Like at this point, I think
The
yeah.
Panthers.
the Panthers.
That's the last team.
What are we
And the
talking
and the
about?
and the
Panthers.
Cardinals.
Niners
The
and
Cardinals
Steelers.
tried their best to lose that game against Carolina. By the way,
Yeah.
they looked shaky, and we've had the hardest schedule in the West so far, easily.
Yeah.
And we're 1-1. I would say I don't know if Pittsburgh's a better team than Houston. On paper, they certainly. I don't know. That pass
Houston
rush
is-
in
dude,
Houston is
nasty.
unbelievable.
Houston is
yeah.
nasty.
Houston's pass rush is really good. So that's a good win from the Rams. But again, that's sort of what we thought going into the season was like the one team that you're scared of, per usual, is LA. Yeah. And so for them to be 2-0 is a little concerning. As far as everybody else goes, once those divisional matchups start coming in, and it's week 2, the divisional standings do not matter right now. They
Not
just
at all.
don't.
Not at all.
Not at all. It matters what you're seeing from these teams. And what we just saw was Seattle put on a clinic, both defensively and offensively, against, though they've had some struggles in the first 2 weeks, the highest paid and one of the most well-respected defenses in the NFL in Pittsburgh. Okay? And an offense that looked really good in Pittsburgh the week before against a really good defense in New York. So what you're seeing right now is that the Seahawks not only are capable of beating a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they're capable of dominating in a game against a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so, yeah, it's concerning that the Rams beat Houston, okay? But Houston hasn't looked like anything unbelievable, especially in week 2.
Yeah, but the defense looked good last week.
Yeah, but Houston doesn't have a rushing attack. I mean, and we've seen that. They have really, really struggled to get the ball rolling with Nick Chubb. And I don't think that that's a problem with Nick Chubb. I think that's a problem with the way that Houston schemes up running the football. And so
The fact that
it's
they have
like,
Lincoln
yeah.
Thomas in at left guard.
Yeah, so it's like, who, so who have the Rams played that plays like the Seahawks, though? You know, a hard-nosed rushing team. Nobody who plays like us with a really hard-nosed defense. The thing that makes the Texans' defense so good is you have one very good lockdown corner. You've got flowing linebackers, and you have arguably the best pass rush in football right now. I mean, but the other teams that are really good pass rushes, unfortunately, is LA. From what we've seen so far, their pass rush is ridiculous.
It's nasty.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
they're scary. I'm not trying to downplay the Rams at all, but I'm saying let's not overreact to, the position that the NFC West is in right now. And if you're a betting man, I would take a bet on the plus 800 to win the West right now because people are over. They're they're underselling the Seahawks at plus 800.
I'm
you
not
can
gonna
put
lie.
$5
I'm
on
not
that
gonna
thing.
lie. Before the season, it was plus 550. After, watching and everything, I'm not quite sure how the odds have gone down.
Because the rest of the West is 2-0, and people are box score watchers. The people,
they don't watch football. They don't. These people who talk on, I can't. This is one of my biggest gripes. Is the people who have shows, on First Take. Okay, sure. Some of them are former players, so they get automatic credit, right? Obviously, but certain now, dude, you don't know what they're talking about sometimes, and it blows my mind. It genuinely blows my mind sometimes. I'm like, how is that your conclusion to what you just watched?
Nick Wright,
he didn't act. Stop.
He could be
genuinely
the worst analyst of all time.
Genuinely, I hate him.
I was kind of MIA on the game. I was in and out of service driving home, watching it on my phone. So,
that's nightmarish. I've been there.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
No, I hate when that happens. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But if
Yep.
there was one person on this past Sunday, that from the defense that you took away and you step back and you go, okay, I noticed them. Who would it be?
Josh Jobe.
You're going with Josh Jobe?
I know
Yeah.
that's a hot thing right now, and that everybody's kind of hopping on the Jobe hype train. Not necessarily in like the national media, but in Seattle, people are noticing, and he looks like CB1 right now. You had him on DK all game, okay? I mean, let's not beat around the bush. He looks like CB1 in Seattle right now. He locked up DK all day, and I mean, in the one touchdown that DK had in a game that he was otherwise literally non-existent was when he was basically schemed open and put in a mismatch against Kobe Bryant. That happens. DK's going to high point the football sometimes.
And Kobe
He's 6'4".
was in great position. It was great defense, but it was just a better catch.
It's Aaron Rodgers put it right where it needs to. There's Aaron Rodgers to a tall receiver. I mean, it happens. But Josh Jobe, even in week one, in week one against San Francisco, you weren't completing passes on him, and he had a great interception. He looks like a ball hawk right now. Like, he is so sticky in man coverage. It's ridiculous. Everybody wonders why Mike McDonald hopped on this guy's train so fast. And it's like, dude, you see it every single week when he steps out. He's so sticky. He's exactly what Mike wants in a corner. You're super disciplined. You're disciplined in zone coverage. You're physical, and you're really sticky in man coverage because Mike loves to call man coverage. We see it all the time. So, I don't know, man. The way that this defense is playing...
Joe? That's your guy, right?
I'm going with Joe, but I'm also going with, like, the D-line as a whole in the way that they're meshing right now. And, like, the ability that a Mike McDonald defense has to be dominant comes from the fact that, yeah, you rush with 4 and you win with 4 and you generate pressure with 4. And how that pressure gets generated is different on almost every single snap. And guys line up in different spots. You're trying to create mismatches on the line. You're trying to create mismatches with stunts. You're putting Leonard Williams out on a tackle to bull rush through him. You're moving Murphy on the inside to try and take the stunts. Dude, what Mike McDonald does on the defensive front, it's beautiful. And if you generate pressure with 4 in this league, you're going to win games. You're going to win games. It's the blueprint right now. The pendulum is swung. I've said this 1,000 times. This is the blueprint. You play hard-nosed, gritty defense, and you generate pressure with 4, and you can drop 7.
And you too high shell it.
You too high shell it. And your linebackers are really disciplined in how they attack their gaps, and you win and shed blocks at the line of scrimmage so that teams don't exploit the too high shell with the run game because they can't. Like, the whole point of exploiting the too high shell in the run game is that you catch your safeties sort of at the second level where there's a whole lot of space for your running back to mix it. But they don't get to the second level. They don't get to the third level with the safeties. The safeties don't have to be the ones coming down and crashing. And when we watched Mike McDonald last year, and I was looking at, tackle stats after week 1, I was looking at it going, this isn't good. This isn't sustainable because our leading tacklers were our safeties. That's not sustainable. That's not a sustainable, because safeties are going to miss tackles. Running backs are going to make a miss at the third level or the second level. Like, that's just how it is. So that's what kills a defense. Is like, if your safeties are your leading tacklers, barring like your safety just being a dog, that's not a sustainable way to stop the run. Teams are going to figure out how to exploit that and get your safeties away from the ball. So I'm glad that that's been fixed. We saw what Mike McDonald was able to do at the midseason point with rotating those linebackers out. You get Ernest Jones in the trade. You get Tyrese Knight out there, and you let go of Dotson. Okay, you let him go, and you let go of Baker because you weren't cutting it and flowing to the run game. Yeah, you weren't cutting it, and it just wasn't working. And everybody's like, cutting him? Why aren't you keeping him from depth? It's like Mike saw enough. It's like, you guys don't fit this scheme. I'm sorry. And they went on to do good things in other schemes. That doesn't mean they're bad players. But for what Mike wants, Tyrell Dotson and Jerome Baker were never the answer. And you find that in Tyrese Knight, who was a Mike pick in the draft. Okay, that was his rookie. That was his guy. And you go out and make a trade, and you're pulling John's arm. You're like, go get Ernest Jones. Go get Ernest Jones. I like Ernest Jones. Go get Ernest Jones. Pause. And Yeah, so I mean, I love it. I love what Mike does. I think it's a sustainable defense that's flushed out now. It's a defense that looks like they're all on the same page. It's a defense
Yeah.
that looks like they're ready to take on anybody, and they look like they look like a top 3 defense in the NFL. Seriously.
Yeah.
17 points a game in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, and the Steelers, and most of those points, the touchdown that one of the touchdowns that the Niners had came off of like we stopped them and it was a terrible penalty that ended up keeping the drive alive and they ended up scoring off that. The only drive that the Steelers scored a touchdown on, they started on like the 20 off a turnover. So like when this defense is playing straight up, in my mind, they've allowed as a unit, like straight up on a drive, 1 touchdown. And that was mostly Woolen's fault. Like as a unit though,
right
yeah,
now.
this defense looks nasty.
Yeah.
Like the best defense we've seen since you know when.
Okay.
I'm not saying they're on that level.
What's the
but
nickname? What's the nickname? I got one in mind. I want to hear your guys's.
I liked Sea Swarm. That's what I came up with. But I don't know
okay.
if I like that anymore.
Okay.
My
What was it
dad
last year?
clowned on me.
I
I
like
don't think it had one.
SEAL Team 11.
Mm,
Cohesive unit.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
was the name last year?
I don't think they
The,
had
D,
one.
the DB
I
room had a
remember
nickname last
the
year.
Legion of Room. That was a tough time.
That was Trey Flowers and Ugo Amadi.
Yeah.
Shaq Griffin.
Legion
When we
of
were down
Room.
to it. When we fully witnessed the total collapse of Pete Carroll's ability to determine what personnel should be on the field and what shouldn't. And you're seeing it
Okay,
again in
hold on,
Vegas.
hold on.
Sorry. You're seeing it again
Hold
in
on.
Vegas.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But we're missing 2 of our best athletes on the defensive side of the ball. As far as what we saw in week 2.
Spoon.
We were missing Nicky Manwari. We were missing Devin Witherspoon.
Spoon.
We were missing our guys, right? Those are our guys. Spoon.
Spoon.
He's my guy. Spoon, that's my guy. Nicky Manwari, he's wearing number 3, the forbidden number. He's wearing it on defense, okay? It might have been a curse on it. I'm not going to lie to you.
It wasn't. Yeah. Look,
I'm not going to lie
Again,
to you.
though-
He did play.
yeah.
He got hurt in it. Home.
They're just going to add a new level to this defense when they're back, though. I
A
mean,
new level of what? What would you
physicality. Yeah. Like just exactly what Mike wants because they're 2 guys.
Dude.
And God, you love that you can say this about Spoon. Like, they're 2 guys that can get in the box and make plays. Like,
Both of them.
both of them. And,
Go
and
make a tackle.
yeah, Eamon Wari more so. And that's what you
Yeah.
saw. I mean, on the limited snaps he had, he was down in the box.
You
It's
can't,
like he's
you
playing.
can't teach 6'3", 220.
He's playing that Kyle Hamilton, like, floater, strong safety role that Mike wants.
Linebacker, strong safety.
Yeah, he's
nickel.
the guy.
He can
yes.
do all of those 3 things.
Yes. And it's like everybody's like, "Oh, who's going to be the Kyle Hamilton in this defense with Mike McDonald? Is
It's
it going to
not
be
Spoon, bro.
It's not Spoon. He's a whole different weapon. He's something that Mike didn't have
you.
in Baltimore.
Thank you.
He's a
So
whole
that's
different
why last
thing.
year went the way it went.
He's a whole different thing. And so you add Nicky Manwari who can fill that role that Mike wants, right? You want that super physical strong safety who can go playing
Hybrid.
coverage, who can
Just a
play
hybrid.
man coverage. Yeah, just a
Hybrid
hybrid
safety.
guy who you can put him anywhere. You can blitz him, you can drop him into coverage. He's what we had like wet dreams about Jamal Adams with. Like he's that hybrid guy,
Harrison Smith.
but hopefully yeah,
Harrison
like
Smith.
I mean, yeah, he's just a freak athlete. He's like Cam Chancellor, dude. Like that's a fair comparison because Cam Chancellor did the same thing. He would rock down to the box, he would blitz, he would come in like he can do everything and Mike wants it. And he got it. I can't wait till he's healthy again. And to have Spoon back and like when this defense is like it's missing 2 key cogs and it still looks like you can't move the ball against them.
And ready? Here's what this is my prediction. Okay. I believe by the time we face Arizona on Thursday night and we wear those rivalry uniforms, Spoon and Nick will start.
I'd love it.
And we will be fully healthy on prime time football, and that will be the time and we'll be 3-1, by the way. We will be 3-1 by the time we play that game, I believe, or we will be 2-1. We play the Cardinals after the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll be 2-1. There's
Hopefully.
Okay. There's no way.
They should.
We're gonna
They
be
should.
by the
Okay.
time we play the Saints.
They shouldn't beat us. We should
Cardinals.
wipe New Orleans. But here's the thing: it's the NFL, okay? And like anything can happen on any given Sunday. This is not a game. This is not a game you can go in. There's no game in the NFL. Yes, we should. Of course, we should.
I
Right?
could care less by how much. We should get a W.
Yes.
At the end of 60 minutes.
Yes.
I don't care what it
But
takes.
they played Arizona close, and they played San Francisco close, right? And that's an injured San Francisco team, and it's the Cardinals. So take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. So
Cardinal team.
take it with a
Will
grain of
Johnson
salt.
looks
But
nasty though.
they don't look. They're
Crazy.
not
It's
like they don't
crazy
look
he slid,
totally. Yeah, they don't look totally incompetent. The Saints, okay, but this is a game. It's also it gives you a little bit of breathing room in the sense that like you shouldn't feel like you have to rush Spoon or Nick back in this game. Like let him rest another week. Yeah, you can let him rest. You can afford.
You're on a short week anyway.
Yeah, right.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to send him out there on Sunday just for them to play 3 days later?
Yeah, no reason. There's no I mean, like, obviously, in any NFL game, you want your defense to be at full force because who knows what happens. They still have weapons in New Orleans, okay? You've still got Kamara, you've still got Olave, okay? And
Rashid Shaheed.
it's and Rattler, and
it's
this
a
is
revenge game.
It's also going to be kind of a type of quarterback that we haven't faced yet, right? This season in a scrambler, like somebody who can, mobile. So there's different elements to like.
Hey, give Brock a little credit, man.
No, I know.
Brock was getting pressured and he was moving.
Well, so was Rodgers.
Yeah, but
Rodgers made a couple great plays outside of the pocket. Yeah. Yes, and Rattler will too, right? You will taste turf against the Hawks. That's just what's going to happen. Okay, that's the type of defense we play. So you're gonna, and if you're not getting pressure in Mike's defense, it's not going to look good.
You're not playing.
No, it's going to look bad on the back end. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to
look bad on the back end. Yes, because Mike loves man coverage, and man coverage only works for so long, right? You have to be getting pressure. In the whole point of the man coverage pressure combo is like you're taking away these quick hitting routes that dice up zone coverage by just having a guy there the whole time who can make a play on the football. But if you give any NFL wide receiver 3 or 4 seconds, they're going to get open eventually. Somebody's going to get open, right? Whether it's a mismatch between a running back and a linebacker, or a wide receiver on a strong safety, or a tight end on, like somebody's going to get open. So you have to be generating pressure. And that's why, like, when Mike's defense looks suspect, it's when the 4 up front are not generating sufficient pressure for a quarterback to be forced to make a decision and throw into man coverage and tight windows early. So if that's the blueprint that keeps going, right, then you don't need to rush Spoon or Imanwari back, because I tell you what, Kendricks too, he looked great while he was out there.
Didn't even know him before, dude.
I didn't even know him either. I didn't even see that we elevated him. I didn't even see that we signed him. But clearly Mike liked him, right, enough to start him over, like, Pritchett.
Yeah.
I mean, so, like, yeah.
I think Nehemiah might have been out.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I think he was on the inactives.
Well, it's hard to be, hard to be anything but positive about how Kendrick played, too, though. I mean, that's great depth. You love that. So
I love it. I thought he did great. I remember him playing for the Rams last season. We picked him up off of their.
Oh, he wasn't. He wasn't inactive. Sorry.
Pritchett wasn't?
What was it? The waiver wire. We picked him up off the waiver wire 2 weeks ago. And he's been in the building for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks ish. And when he got his number called, you saw what happened. Okay. So that makes me feel good about our coaching as well as our depth just in general on the back
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Because not only is Job playing great, but Kendrick played great as well. So I like what I saw.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
but the
at this.
thing is, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm looking at this. This is just quick. I'm looking at this article where I looked at the inactives. Just a quick sidebar here. It says Raiders are paying $75 million to learn what Seahawks already knew. I fear Gino may have been the problem, folks. May have been the problem.
I hate to. I'm not ready to say that yet, but if he
I'm not
continues to
either.
play like this, we can talk
Yeah.
about it again. But
Guys, he has
anyways,
a performance like this every month. It's once a month.
yeah. No, I know. God, it's so bad.
No,
Let's-
I
let's-
know.
He's so
You don't
he's
have
so
to defend him
trigger happy.
anymore. You
We
don't
always
have to
but
defend him anymore.
I never said that he didn't make bad and flush decisions at time. I said when he has time to throw the football and he gets through his progressions, however many one or two of them he goes through per play. If his first read's open, he's fantastic. Okay. If the pressure
second
starts
he
coming
has
in,
to find that
yeah,
next
it's-
guy.
the processing can be
You might as well
brutal.
go like this to him, bro.
Yeah, but he can go through his reads. I'm not saying that he can't go through his reads, but he definitely has a tendency to get flustered and try to make plays where there is none. And that's what was so refreshing about Sam Darnold against Pittsburgh, was you didn't really see that. You saw a lot of plays where he was just willing to just throw the football away or take the pressure
Still
and
two
take
picks.
the yeah. One of those
One
I
wasn't his
blame
fault.
I blame fully on Clint Kubiak. And the other one was a great play by Jalen Ramsey, and probably
And
a
then,
bad read.
The fumble wasn't his fault either.
No.
So.
But yeah. Anyway, what I was gonna say about these corners and the depth that you have at corners, like you don't have to have superstars at corner if your defensive line generates pressure at the rate that the Seahawks are generating pressure right now.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to be in coverage that long. And if the quarterback is flustered in the first 1 to 2 seconds of his drop back, right, and you're already getting pressure and you're having to move, you're having to avert your eyes, you're having to start looking other places, like, God, this throwing lane is completely shut down by the fact that a 350-pound Samoan monster is in my face. I need to get rid of this football, right? So it's just, if the defensive line keeps generating pressure the way it does, every corner in Seattle is going to look like a monster because they're just going to be in a great position to make plays. And that's what you love about Mike's scheme. It starts up front.
Well, yeah.
And that's such a different philosophy from like what we saw with the Legion of Boom. It's a different defense. People I don't agree with the comparisons. It's a different defense because it starts with the pressure, right? The LOB was made by
blanket coverage
and the ability of Earl Thomas to completely flip the field whenever he felt like it, and nothing was ever open. And you gave freedom within the zone cover. I mean, you gave freedom within the cover 3 for Sherman and Browner or, whoever was on the outside. You gave them the freedom to sort of do what they wanted within that cover 3, and then you had Earl Thomas picking up the scraps, right? So the secondary was what was great there. Here in Seattle, it's just like I feel like it's just different now. It's so much different.
Yeah. Constantly bringing 4 and fucking dropping the rest. Drop 7, right? Bring 4 every time.
Yeah. So against the Saints, I guess just like really, if you can bottleneck Kamara, if you can bottleneck Kamara, that offense becomes very, very easy to stop, I think. So we'll see. We'll see what the Hawks can do there. I mean, I'm hoping. Obviously, I think we're all on the same page that it should be not just a win, but a comfortable one.
That would make me feel
maybe
a lot
not
more
a-
comfortable about our team.
Maybe not a 1-score game would be nice.
Yeah, you'd love like at least a 13-point win
Yeah.
or more.
Comfortable win.
Yeah, comfortable
Yeah.
win.
Who do the Rams and them play this week? Let's give that a
I think the
check.
Cardinals and Niners play each other.
That'd be awesome.
They do. They play the Niners week 3. And the Rams are playing the Eagles.
Oh, they're cooked.
Let's tie it all up here. Let's beat the Saints.
Dude, the Rams could beat Philly.
Not in Philly.
They almost did last year in the playoffs. They were that close. I think they definitely are capable of doing it.
I don't think so. Not this time.
No. Maybe not. Probably not.
So I have an Eagles fan who's my coworker, and he's just as into this stuff as we are. Watched the Super Bowl with him. Real cool guy. All I've been hearing is about how, there's not going to be a hangover. And people are saying there is based on what Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown have done so far. Are you going to look at me with a straight face and tell me that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are going to keep up this level of target rate and catches?
No.
There's no way. They're going to pop soon. And you know what? I'd like to see them go off against the Rams. I'd like to see them figure it out week 3.
It's a tough pass rush to get your passing game established against, though. I mean,
they're also going against the best tailback in football.
Yeah.
And one of the best offensive lines in football.
If the Eagles win that game, it will be off of the play action game, I think.
Yep.
I think you have to get those D linemen out of position. You have to get them to respect the run early and often, and let Saquon do what he does, and then you really open up the play action game against the Rams. Because at corner, I don't think that their guys can hang with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith if you scheme them open right, but you have to set up the play action game against Los Angeles. And I hope that we watch film and get ready for that, because that's going to be a tough game against the Rams.
Yeah.
Both times.
Yeah, we play them late both times, right?
Yeah, we play them late. We play them
like
late in
week
the season.
12
So we're gonna have a lot of film. And they're sprinkling in film study on the Rams every week.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, we're all taking the Seahawks this weekend, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got to.
I got us winning 28-14. I'll be generous. I'll give them 2 touchdowns.
I'm not going to give them 2 touchdowns. I'm going to say we come out of this one 27-10.
Yeah, I was going 28-10.
That would make me
28-10. 4 touchdowns. Maybe 31-10. 31 feels like maybe the number.
Yeah.
I would be a very happy camper.
A Charbonnet tutty, Kenneth Walker tutty, perhaps a JSN tutty, and then I think Elijah Arroyo gets his first NFL touchdown this weekend
and
too.
Arroyo need one.
Love it.
If Barber got one last week, I think I'd like to see Jax get in the end zone, and same thing with Elijah for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. Well, we're coming up right on the hour and a half mark. Anything else to add, gentlemen?
No.
Shoot,
pretty
man,
good first stuff, man.
I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about our teams, over here in Seattle. I'm feeling good. I'm excited. Football's back.
Yeah.
Baseball's doing great. There's basketball on. It's hard not to be a happy camper right now.
It is. It's good. It's a good time to be a Seattle sports fan. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that will wrap it up for the first episode of C-Town Sports Talk. Connor, I don't know what exactly the plan is for when we're releasing these.
We'll have the schedule out soon. I kind of got to figure out what that looks like too for all of us. So
probably. Wednesdays. It's Wednesday right now for us. I think the plan originally was to try and have these out Fridays. So we'll
try and
see.
Stick to that for now. But
we'll try and stick to that. We'll let you guys know. Yeah, it's obviously very. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. Yeah. But all right. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Cash Brown, Aaron McKernan, and Connor Howat signing out. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Cool. All right. So hold on.